Greetings and welcome, my friends. This is Sig 1. He is a sick one. Just look at that helmet. We're kicking things off with a 3-lander. We are missing green mana, but we have plenty of black and 1 white. The Ascension can be used early to slow down an enemy, so we'll give this a shot. Keep your pants on. The first play of the game is a bat for them. They'll get to steal a card, but what on earth are they taking? They take the Ascension. That will deal a blow to our blink Shenanigans, but we've still got plays and a pair of removals still in hand. We'll play out our Terminus. That will give us the mana for the end on our next turn. It could end up being the end of all their bats. They play out a sick Twister. If you're not careful, he shows up at your house and twists your stick. Sick, bro. Very sick. And not in a good way. We draw a green mana, so we've unlocked the green side of our deck. This turn goes to our removal. We're dealing with all their bats, and we won't have them to worry about the rest of this game. There's the other 3. And while we're here, let's take a quick peek at their deck. There's nothing here that we can't deal with. They go double gassed while they've built up a board. It's not all that threatening. We'll play out our Lookout this turn. Let's get some more mana to be able to earthbend more effectively. We can follow up with the Ascension, and note that we really should have played it out first. We'll airbend the sick Twister. It's the only one of their men that can block. They replay their Twister. Foot on orange dot. They send it, and will block one of their ghastly men. Sure, they can get their guy back fairly easily, but we have a flanker in hand, which we can use to deal with graveyard Shenanigans. We'll drop in the flanker at sorcery speed, then we can earthbend one of our lands. We've a pair of defenders to block their eager attackers. They make a token and send it. We'll block the sick Twister. Once again, he's the only one of their men that can block. We'll drop in our wrench this turn. Maybe it can get them to fire off a removal. We wouldn't want to lose our Odin when it could win us the game with 1 hit. There's proof they have removals, and plenty of small men. We'll take the removal, and out of the rest, maybe the Black Overlord. We'll get in for damages. They're ahead on life, but we can block. Their men can't. They give it up. Small men that can't block are not getting the job done. That's GG's. No cheese needed. This is Cooper Cup. No, wait, it's Coop Kid. We kid you not. We get a 3-lander with a good mix of cards. The passage will guarantee we'll have at least one of each of our colors. I like it. Keep your pants on. At the end of their turn, we'll crack our passage and grab a swamp. That will let us play out the Terminus on our turn, and we're off to the races. They play out a Seam Rip. Their pants are coming unglued. They take our Terminus, but we've got a Sage we can play out to get it back. They play out a Fenrir. It will fetch them out a land and provides them a body. We'll go with our wrench. We'll steal some stuff now and some stuff later when we airbend wrench with our Ascension. There's a pair of Odin here, and a removal, and a white Overlord. We'll take the Overlord and one of their lands. This way we're one closer to the 7 we want to have to pay the full price. They drop in an insight, and they will get to mill some cards. Now we know why they want to get lands. They've got some heavy stuff at their top end. It's time for our Ascension. Originally, I wanted to airbend our wrench, but if we airbend the Sage, we can eliminate Fenrir. They hit our Sage with a removal, but it gives us map tokens we can use to roid up our wrench. Let's use them and see if we can get some pump. That's an Odin on top. It's spot removal we can use if they play out more men. We'll use the second map token. The more damage we can do, the better. They play out a Yuna, and fortunately for us, all they have in their grave is Fenrir. We draw our Odin, and he's up. We'll take out their Yuna, then we can send it. They decide to block, but what are they going to do about Odin? I suppose they could have a removal. Don't count your pants until you're sure they're on. They play out a Rise of Sozin, and that will take care of our men. On their next turn, they can take out one of our cards and remove it and all copies of it from the game. We'll go with our cover-up. While they don't have any men to take out, we can use it to snipe a card in their grave. And Yuna has got to go. That's all of them, and their strategy is shot. All they can do now is fight fair. They name Yuna, but there are no more of those in this game. Should have named Odin since they know we have one of those in hand. They play out their white Overlord. And next turn they get Sozin. It's a lot of powerful men coming online for them. No wait, they paid the impending cost instead. I don't think they can afford to slow roll it. They follow up with another insight. Those are about useless now. There are 0 Yunas to get their men back now. They drop in a black Overlord for more of that sweet, sweet mill action. That deck is getting thin, and there's not much reward for dropping their men in the grave. We draw a second Rise of Sozin, and we'll pally one out. We'll clear out their tokens, and on our next turn, we can start wiping out more of the cards they rely on. They play out a Fenrir, and that will rip a land right out of their deck. That's a card closer to there being 0 cards in their deck. They double down on Fenrir. They probably think we've played out our sweeper and got only Odin. We get to name a card, and we'll rip their ley lines right out of this game. If they get that down, it would be a real pain. With it gone, we'll be free to get our men back from the dead once we harness the power of the Terminus. We'll clear out their team with our second rise of Sozin. It's GG's. They just haven't realized it yet. They drew another insight. Might as well toss some more cards in the yard. They throw down their Fenrir. They're pinning all their hopes and dreams on that one card. We were about to take out Fenrir, but what about sniping one of their big men instead? We can take out their white overlord. There will be no more of those this game. Apparently they only had the 2, so we have only the 1 on board to worry about. If they're smart, they will have figured out we have their other 1. We'll show them we have it, and we'll play it out. Let's make sure we are paying the full price and not getting it in with impending. We need the bodies to fully unlock our ascension. Then we can blink Sozin at the end of our turn. It's a waste of the White Overlord, but we've got them in a situation that they can't get out of. I thought I saw them have a pair of the end in their deck, but they don't have any. And they have a removal in hand. That will likely hit 1 Sozin, but we have 2 in circulation. We really need to get these 2 removals out of their deck. We'll play Odin and use it to snipe their overlord. They will find it very difficult to keep any men on board. For the rest of the game, we'll follow up with our lookout, and he'll be the one we blink at the end of our turn. They snipe Odin with their removal. But that leaves us Sozin, and we can continue to rip cards out of their deck. They hit Sozin with a removal. We're down to just 1 in circulation. What's the matter? You mad, bro? We'll take out one of their removals this time around. Odin is still in their deck floating around. They were holding a land. Were they trying to fake us out? This time we'll take out a removal. Sozin will give us their men right out of their grave. They managed to draw another removal. That has to be their last one. Now all they've got left is hopes and dreams. They play out a black overlord and throw more of what's left of their deck in the grave. They will get a card back from among the ones they milled. That looks like an Odin. They don't know about our sweeper, which we can use to rip out another set of cards. They follow up with Odin. They are really hoping we don't have a way to deal with it. Let's fire off our sweeper. We can collect evidence and wipe out their set of Odin. They get the smell out of town. That's GG's. We cheese them. This is Kamikaze. He dive bombs you in the soul, or in the pants. We get a 3-lander with double flanker and double terminus. We've got at least one of each color, and we will have double black. That's all our color requirements. Keep your pants on. It's time to crack our passage and fetch out a forest. We draw another forest, but we've already met all our color requirements. Everything extra is just gravy. They play out a scavenger regent. I'm willing to bet this is a Golgari Dragons deck, and we have the opportunity to snipe one of their big guns. It does have a ward, but we have an extra terminus that we can toss. Let's crack their regent's skull. There will be none of these this game. And that's GG's, no cheese needed. Nice, bro. This is triple. Then their keyboard went out. Probably bought it at the dollar store. We get a Selesnya 4-lander with 3 black cards. This is the hazard of playing a 3-color deck. There is no way we can keep this. Mull. Then we get a 3-lander with at least one of each of our colors. This will work. Keep. We'll ship the cover up. As a sweeper, the Rise of Sozin gives us so much more. They play out a Weaver, the mana guy that untaps when they play out men that are 4 mana or more. And one of those men will be a tapeworm. Our mana men are not as cool, but they do the job even after they've been killed off. And there's a tapeworm already. It's like we were psychic or something. They send it, and we'll take the hit. The damages will be more on their next attack, so we'll block up then. We'll go with the second Lookout. We'll have a pair of blockers, as well as enough mana to play out the Rise of Sozin on our next turn. They throw down a cub. We just knew they would have those as well. Then they double down on Tapeworm. With 2 of them in play, the pump will get out of hand quickly. They follow up with a Dragon Sniper. Might as well play out most of your hand, seeing as how we're clearing the board on our turn. Thanks, bro. Gotta lull the land draws. We even fetched a pair of lands out with our Lookouts, and we're still drawing lands. It's time for Sozin to rise out of his bed. Get up, bro. We need your powers. They play out a cub, but that's all that's left of the powerful board they used to have. We're gonna take out their tapeworms. There will be no more of those this game. Rest in pieces, Tapeworm. Let's earthbend our angry outhouse, then we can send it in for damages. We're pretty sure they aren't willing to block with their cub. While they are ahead on life, we'll be getting Sozin on our next turn, and he can turn the tide against them. They send it. The damages they do is equal to the life we gain when we eat our food. We finally don't draw a land and get an Ascension. We'll play it out and airbend their land. We're taking them from 4 mana to 3, so this is totally worth it. Now we'll earthbend another land and send them in. We'll decline to take out any of their dead men, as Sozin will get them on our side. The shark side. We draw a Lookout, but let's earthbend another land first, then we'll send it. We'll refuse to exile a card since we're taking their dead men. They poop it and scoop it. That's GG's, extra cheese. And that, my friends, is another satisfied customer.